I'll be doing this a little bit different. I'm gonna be on screen for most of the time narrating, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm not gonna do the typical tutorial video. I'm actually gonna walk you through my thought process. It might not be so clear in this episode, but it'll definitely be clear on the episode that's coming up after this. The next episode is gonna be me building a boat, and I don't wanna walk you through, you do this part, then you do this part. Nah, let me just walk you through my thought process, and you'll see how my mind works. Really, that's the part I want to promote, the thinking part behind the tutorials. That's enough of me blabbering. Let's get right into this one. And like always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, consider checking out our Patreon page and seeing some of the options there. The idea behind this episode today is I want cliffs for my game, but I want to be able to use them for different types of terrains. I want to be able to put them outdoors in the grassland and still have it, look good. Then I want to be able to put it in caves or rock sides, seasides. You guys know what I'm talking about. My English ain't that good sometimes. You guys kind of fill in the blanks here and there. But that's the idea. Have a high ground that can look good in different places. Alright? If I explain myself correctly here. That's what I want. So let's see if I succeed. To get the right shape, not the right texture, the right shape, I do need my Proxxon. That's essential to me during this project. Just makes it easier. I don't have one of those wire cutters, the individual ones. Maybe I should, but I already have the Proxxon, so I feel like I don't need that anymore. But you'll see in the video that for me, it's not just about how it looks, it's about how it plays. When I think about my game and when I'm crafting for my game, I like to think about, okay, am I gonna put some textures on this that the players can climb, and how do I hint that the players can climb? I think about what am I gonna say when I'm describing to the player what they're seeing, because it's not just about putting this on the board. It's not just about saying, well, here it is, this is what you see. That's not good enough. You have to think about what you're gonna be able to say. For this, I think I'm gonna have, let's say the players come at it from a certain angle, and there are some places where I've specifically crafted it to make it look like the players can climb it. So when I describe it, I will say this wall looks a little bit too steep, there's nothing to really hold on to, and then eventually I'm gonna hint, oh, you come across a wall, it's rocky. The placement of the rocks seem perfect for climbing. So if you have a character that can, that's like a rogue, somebody that's good at sneaking, climbing, all of that stuff, you kind of want to allow the players to take advantage and utilize their special feats. Something I like to do while building terrain that my players are going to be walking on a lot is I like to keep a certain amount of different size minis around. And the reason why I do this is because I have different types of creatures in my world. So some of my creatures are a little bit bigger, and I know a lot, I mention it a lot, like the sea people. I have giant shark monsters, right? And they're not the same size as a regular human or elf or dwarf. They're a little bit bigger. So I like to put them around on the terrain as I'm building it to make sure that they fit and they move around well enough. While I was crafting another project, I dropped a rock on it. So, what did I think? I wonder how this would look like if I put a flame through it, just lightly. That's how I came up to texturing this thing, completely by accident. I liked the design, so I actually did a few to make sure that I mastered this accident that I was able to come up with. And I was able to make the surface of the foam look like it was cracking, like stone, like, I don't know. I was just very happy. I stopped doing the other project I was doing and completely just started working on this. The actual way to do it is pretty simple. All you gotta do is crack the surface of your pink foam with something very rough, like what I'm using here is a rock. I've seen other people actually get a tennis ball and kind of glue a whole bunch of rocks with it on top of it, and they just kind of run that to the top. So the next step to do after that is put it like parallel to the ground and lightly pass the fire through it. Not very close to it, just slightly. It'll solidify the surface, but it'll make it so that the cracks look a little bit more defined. And that's exactly what you want. When I paint it, I want to make sure that I am able to put it somewhere near a seaside, somewhere in a cave, or somewhere in the woods, right? And I still want to make it look like it belongs there. It's not gonna look as pleasant in the woods where there's grass, but I think I can still make it work. The thing is, I want to wash it. I want to do like a wash on top of it that's kind of neutral, but not neutral enough. I want there to be a little bit of a tint of blue. So what I did is that I took my homemade black wash and I added a little bit of a light blue, and then afterwards I added a little bit of purple to darken it up again. I kind of went through the process a little bit where I painted it, I didn't like it, I put the wash on it, it was better, but it wasn't quite there, and I put a dry brush afterwards. So it was like a working process to get to where I did. I painted it exactly how I wanted it to be finished the first time. So that was like adding the gray, adding the different tones of gray, adding the highlight whites, and then I didn't like it. Then I went and I did the wash, and I still didn't like it. It was missing something. So I put the highlights again, and it turned out a little bit better. I'm happier with it. I don't know if you could see it right here, but it turned out pretty cool. Not bad at all. The textures, let me get one with a good texture. This one, I really, look at this crap. I didn't even do much to it. That's why I liked it. That's why I thought it was cool. The texture on this and the design was basically flawless. Nah, not flawless. What's the word for it? Effortless. There we go. I barely did anything to it, and I wish you could see it because it actually looks a lot better in person. And because you could see this, they're all different kind of like levels, but it's flat. It's crazy. It's cool. It's cool. This was all by accident, and I felt like I discovered something. Even though maybe I didn't, this was new to me, and I was very happy with the results. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Check out my affiliate links in the description below in case you're interested in any of the tools that I use for the projects or any of the materials. And don't forget to check out my Patreon page, where you can support the channel and help me bring more projects to you. Thank you very much again for watching this episode of Franky D Crafter. I'll catch you on the flippity side.